Hey everybody, welcome to Reasons Are Several, episode 240, a show where two guys hang around and spank each other's meat. I'm Neil, and with me always, as always, or with me always, he's always with me, is Matt. Hi Matt, how are you?
Always with you. Spanking meat, I'm fine. How you doing?
Yeah, I meant spanking like when you rub your pork before you barbecue it.
Of course. We're not going to be gross here.
I am doing well. I can't see your beautiful face because I have you miniaturized. Oh, there you are.
Okay.
I'm not doing that well. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, no.
I'm very sad.
Why?
And tired because my parents, so we were talking this past weekend on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, Matt's other podcast.
My other podcast. I apologize because I have not gotten to that episode yet because of being away for the weekend.
No worries, but my parents' dog is sick. And
The one-eyed dog?
The one-eyed Wonder Poodle.
Mm.
And they found a tumor under its tongue, and the vet was pretty sure it was cancerous, but they did a biopsy just to be sure, and the word came back today that it is cancer. Very fast moving, and it was one of those things like the vet's like, oh, okay, so should we do this now? And they're like, no, we'll take him home and at least have one more night with him. So,
Oh, man. So they just found that out today?
so the biopsy result came today. They found out last week, Friday, and then the vet wasn't even going to do a biopsy because she's like, yeah.
It's
And
pretty
my mom
obvious.
was like,
kinda,
oh, well, should we just double check? And the vet's like, oh,
Okay.
yeah, if you want to, sure, of course, yeah.
Right. If you would
And-
like to pay for that, sure.
Yeah. And so the poor dog's having a hard time because it's growing so fast. It's under the dog's tongue,
Can't,
and
like,
so
eat
can't
stuff?
eat and drink very
Ah,
well.
God.
Yeah, and so they're
old?
bummed. 10
Yeah, well, that's...
for a standard poodle's average. So,
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a pretty decent run.
but of course it's hard for my mom because she's getting older too, and anytime something like this happens, it makes her question her mortality, and she does not want to die at all. Not that anyone does, but she's not going to go quietly. She's not one that like, well, I had a good life and, we'll see what happens for the next 1 year. She's like, oh, shit, someone turn back the time, man, to say not happening to me. So, and then my dad, of course, he's like, we're not getting another dog. And
I was going to
out.
ask that.
Yeah, bums out my mom more. So I'm going to wait, till after whatever happens with Max, the one-eyed super poodle. Well, not whatever happens, but when they make the decision, and then wait a little while, and I will tell them that if they're concerned with getting another dog is what will happen to the dog. What if they go before the dog is that we would take the dog, so they don't have to worry about that.
Oh, you think they're worried about getting another dog and then having it
or
be...
just getting older and all of a sudden not being able to take care of it. And I'm
Sure.
like, don't worry about that. Just as long as I get to pick it out. That's the
Well,
whole
I
thing.
think you should have a say.
Yeah, I'm thinking like teacup Chihuahua,
Oh, God.
something like that, Or maybe I'll get them like the most active dog. I'll get them like half Basenji, half Australian cattle dog, so it's just bouncing off the walls and can climb like 8 feet, so they just can't even keep it in the yard.
See, it's the ultimate karma, though, because it comes back to be yours at some
Right.
point. Potentially.
2 weeks later,
Hopefully
2
not.
weeks later, they're like, here you go. Good luck.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm sorry about that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, but it just, me and dogs and my family, so it just sucks.
I hear you. Well, I
Yeah.
went away for this past weekend due to you could say a somewhat similar situation, but
Yeah.
had a death in the family of lady friend's family.
Oh.
So we had to go up for the kind of the memorial service and see her
Did that
family
person
and all.
have one eye?
The person did not have one eye,
Oh,
had
well,
2 functional eyes.
that's a plus.
It was her aunt who was
Oh. Were
in
they
her
close?
in her 80s. Yep, they were.
Oh,
She
wow,
was in her
that's tough.
80s and, it was a cancer situation, unfortunately. And so she passed away several weeks ago, but they wanted to kind of give a little time to arrange everything. And so they had a bunch of family coming to town. They have a huge family.
Oh, okay.
So it was, we had a little get together. It was up in the Palm Springs of Washington, Yakima.
Yakima.
Which I would say Yakima. Some people say Yakima. And I was
Oh,
like, well, now I'm
not
questioning
Yakima?
if I'm saying it right. My brother said that.
Really?
He actually said that because he goes, yeah, his car's got those things in the top, the Yakima. I'm like, it's Yakima.
Right.
This is my brother who also, I believe I've said on the show before, was like, yeah, we were in Los Angeles on Sepulveda.
Nice.
You mean Sepulveda?
Yeah.
He's also the guy who said, have you ever eaten at Chick-fil-A? Way to go,
He's also
genius.
the one that didn't fly into town after your dad needed a surgery for like 3 weeks.
We timed that, to his defense. We timed that so he would be there for a long stretch.
Uh-huh.
And he had to do pretty tough workload there trying to get my dad all sorted, not just, with his physical stuff, but also.
Oh, no.
with
Well, I
his
know you washed your hands a bit as soon as
I
you got the call saying your dad was sick.
Pivoted right out of that. Later.
Yeah. Better call my bro, Dad.
Picked
Your
him up at the
other
airport,
son.
dropped him off. You're in. Tag. Don't tag me back. No.
No tag backs. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your lady friend's aunt. Now, when you see your lady friend's family, do you like when you refer to them or you meet them? It's like, oh, it's my lady friend's aunt. It's my lady friend's uncle. It's my lady friend's second cousin. Your second cousin, lady friend. Mm-hmm. Is that how you? Is that
No.
their names? Is that what you call them?
I actually talk to them normally. There's two. This is just for the podcast.
Okay, all right, fair
of
enough.
which I would never tell them I have one.
Oh, really?
No,
you didn't want to
God,
drop
no.
it at the funeral. Be like,
Yeah,
hey,
like
listen, everybody.
stickers
Slapped
up there, like
Oh my god.
on the casket.
Yeah, just kind of.
What
like,
the hell is this?
Yeah,
Oh, it's a new podcast. It's actually not
Yeah.
new. I've had it for almost 5 years now. You should check it out. Anyway,
And
I'm sorry for your loss.
Say like, I know this is a really bummer, and it's sad, but it's part of life, and we all go through it. But if you kind of want to laugh, maybe later at the reception. What do they call it after the funeral? The receptions? What do they call it?
It
Like when people
depends.
eat?
Everybody does it differently, but yeah, it was a memorial at a church, and then there was
Okay.
a reception after, and then we went back to her husband's home and had a little party there, a little gathering there.
Your lady friend's uncle.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
you're keeping it straight.
Yeah. So then you can say, hey, look, I know we're all going back to the reception and maybe a little party afterwards. You guys want to cheer up? Pop on the podcast in between all the, on the drive, man. Totally do it.
I was feeling down, and then I got to listen to Matt and some fucking freak show of a friend he has talk about sex bots. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
It definitely got my mind off of the situation.
Off of Matt's
But I
lady
don't
friend's
think
aunt.
don't think it put me in a good place.
No, I'm very angry and confused right now.
Especially when they were talking about that thing about how there's sex dolls they're making to replicate a past loved one. This is not the time for that, Matt.
Yeah. Then you have all your lady friend's family members looking through your lady friend's uncle's house in the closets. Like, did he already have one made?
Yeah, was he
What's
already
going
on board with this? No. So
Well, let's talk about some important stuff here about this funeral.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Food. What was served?
We're not going to break that down.
Well, I mean, I'm just curious because I'm always wondering, like, is there a certain menu for these things, or is it just kind of like any food goes?
Well, so the night before we went to her cousin's home, one of her cousins,
Lady friend's cousins.
lady
Sure,
friend's
sure.
cousin, who was the daughter of the deceased.
Lady
and
friend's aunt.
They had a get together there, just kind of for the more of the core family, and
Yeah, the ones they like.
yeah, right.
Yeah, the
And,
ones they see, not the ones that they're like, oh, yeah, that's right, we're related.
Oh, you're here.
Mhm.
Now, pretty much anybody who came in from out of town, and because there's not a ton of people there that are there locally normally, and so they just had lasagna and salad and stuff. It was just kind of
Okay.
more of a buffet type deal. And then for the memorial, they had just a little reception, kind of in this little area outside the church, where it was kind of light snacky food.
Okay. Any alcohol?
Not at the church. Then we went back to her lady friend's uncle's house,
Right.
and there was definitely alcohol and more food there.
Was it a very somber event, or was it a more celebration of life, or more like, crap?
It was a lot. It was more celebration of life, especially because there's a lot of people who don't see each other all the time. So
Okay.
there was a lot of reminiscing and a lot of that. I mean, certainly it was. There were some tough moments, but as there's going to be. But overall, it was a fairly upbeat scenario.
It's always interesting because, like you said, a lot of times you'll be at funerals and you'll see people that you like a lot but don't see a lot, and then there's a lot of catching up and how are you, and eventually a funny story is going to come out, and it's always weird when you catch yourself in the corner laughing uncontrollably about something, and all of a sudden you realize where you're at, and you're like, oh. But I mean, it's okay to have fun, but it's just funny how your mind starts to go oh shit.
Right, but it's important to kind of reminisce about that person's life, and there's funny stories to share to remember them that way, not just sit there and be just miserable and crying your eyes out. And the eulogies that were done were really great because they were a great mix of that. There was definitely some humor elements, and then obviously some great sentiments as well. So it was good overall. It's great.
Nice.
I mean,
I'm glad.
for what it was.
Sure, yeah, I had a great time. I'm looking forward to going back.
Right. By the way, when we were coming home, so we drove home on Monday, and we decided to stop. I think I've told you about that place that we go to sometimes. It's in Cascade Locks out east. That's got those huge swirl ice creams.
Oh, yes,
I think
yes.
I've shared pictures with that. So this place called the East Wind Inn.
East Wind Inn. We're East Winning.
East Wind Inn. That's what it's called. God, it's
Okay.
hard to say that. Anyway, when we went there, I thought, let's go to the Yelp desk. I don't have nothing for the Yelp desk yet. I think the Yelp desk should be some bad beat and then I don't smoke.
That's pretty.
Anyway, so I looked up some reviews for this place just to see, because a lot of people pass through this. So there's this guy, Marius is the guy's name.
Oh, Marius von Marius. Is he like one of the world's strongest men?
He
Magnus von Magnus's?
No,
Or maybe
he
it's
doesn't-
Magnus von Magnus's younger son, Marion.
maybe, but he gave a 1-star review for this place, and I'm gonna warn you,
How could you 1-star ice cream?
I don't know, but he found a way, and this is why. You ready?
Let's hear it.
This is not
Let's hear
good.
Okay.
This is from May of this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna hit you right out of the gate. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
The little Chinese guy,
Oh, please.
just right out of the box.
And he didn't even say the little guy, Chinese guy. You know.
No. The little Chinese guy is so rude that I don't recommend this place. He's very rude. Like, I'm not coming here again. He showed my cousin the clothes sign, and then he accepted a group of like 7 people. This is exactly what he wrote. He figured is more money than one person messed up. It's like a Trump tweet. I was really hoping, though, at some point in that he would have been like, and don't get me started on the gal running the ice cream, white girl.
Yeah, right. Don't get me started on the Mexican girl who's actually scooped the ice cream.
But this is obviously somebody who doesn't think about what they're
no,
saying.
I agree 100%. Definitely, yeah.
Because when you start a review with,
Yeah.
I need people to understand who this is. The little
Right.
Chinese guy. I mean, just
Right.
straight out of the gate.
Yeah. It's one of those tough situations, like, when you want to describe who it is you're going to see, like, oh, if you go to this store
Sure.
and Bob helps you, you just don't let him. And then you have to ask, well, what does Bob look like? And all of a sudden everyone's like, oh boy, really?
But he knows he's not going to get a reply on his review. He just got to set you
Right.
straight right off the bat.
Right. He just
So when
wants
you walk in and you see him,
the little
you'll
Chinese
know.
dude. Yeah, you'll know. I'm
That's
letting
the rude guy.
I do not want you to be confused about
God.
who the rude guy is.
Oh dear. Anyway, thank you, Marius or Marius, whatever you say. I would give them. What would I give them? I would give them a 4 out of 5 stars. They're great.
that high.
The ice cream's good. I mean, for what it is, it's a burger joint with ice
Yeah.
cream. Like, what the fuck do you expect?
Right.
And I have never had any issues with their service. Like, we were just in there yesterday, and they were all very, very polite and gracious. Now, granted, it was not particularly crowded, so maybe
Right.
he caught him on a crowded day, although it sounded like it was at the end of the day. But
well, have you ever had better ice cream than this place?
sure.
A lot of places?
I mean, I almost said something so arrogant.
Go ahead. No, do it.
I
Do
almost
it.
said, bro, I've been to Italy. Okay. I've had gelato.
No, but that's not ice cream.
You been? Have you been? I
You been?
totally recommend it. You should totally go to Italy because that's easy for everyone, right? Anyway.
No, because what I'm saying, because 4 out of 5 stars is pretty high.
Well, I'm basing it on what it is. I didn't go there expecting a.
But here's the thing: I've never been. So if I'm like, I want some good ice cream near me, and I'm near that area, and I pull it up, and I'm like, this place gets 4 stars for the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be like, this ain't 4-star ice cream.
It's a swirl. It's a swirl,
Right.
chocolate vanilla swirl, soft serve. They're fucking delicious. What else? I mean, soft serve is great.
But would you put that up against other 4-star ice
I'm not
creams?
comparing it to other soft
But what
serve
about the poor-
establishments.
Well, why not? How are people gonna know? Like, if I'm a soft serve connoisseur,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I eat nothing but 4-star.
That was
soft
your
serve.
nickname in high school, by the way. Soft serve.
It was the girls hated me. If I didn't eat anything but 4-star soft serve, and I go to this establishment because I see that Matador wrote this glowing review,
Hmm.
and then I go and I'm like, this is just soft serve. This isn't 4-star soft serve.
I am not basing. Okay, so that's just a difference of how to rate something on Yelp. Because mine is based on like, hey, you want to go someplace and get like a decent burger. It's not great. It's just it's a little burger joint burger,
Right.
and an ice cream. It's 4 out of 5. That's why I'm
All
not
right.
giving it 5. You know why?
No.
Because that Chinese guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
The little Chinese man.
so rude.
That's terrible.
I just love the two. He's very rude. Like, I'm not coming here again. Like
You
that
don't
rude.
I'm not coming here again. I will not do it. You can't make me. I won't do it.
I forgot to look up if he's done any other reviews. Sometimes I do that. I dive
that's
into
a
it and
good
go
one.
like, is this
Yeah.
guy like an asshole to everybody, or is it just this place that just got his goat?
Or just Chinese people.
Or just Chinese people? Yeah, racist fuck. Anyway.
Funny thing is, the guy probably wasn't even Chinese. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Guys sitting there like, I'm freaking Korean. What are you doing?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I like it. So, Matt,
Yes.
let me ask you this.
Mm.
Do you like to read erotic novels?
All the time.
Nice. Well, so The Guardian, I believe it's The Guardian. This was sent to me by our friend Super Ninja,
Oh, okay, great.
who's also an author and as well as being a ninja. And she asked me, she goes, hey, have you ever read the Bad Sex Awards from The Guardian? And I said, no. And she goes,
I never
"Oh."
heard of this.
She goes, you're in for a treat. So she sent me the link. And this is Bad Sex Awards 2018. The contenders in quotes. Extravagant metaphors are indecently exposed in the shortlist for the Literary Review's annual showcase of outstandingly bad erotic writing.
And so this is like, it's not just the language and really getting into the moment. It's the fact that they're comparing things to just they're making crazy, ridiculous comparisons to things.
Correct. I am going to have a hard time getting through these
Okay.
without losing my shit at some
Okay.
point.
I hope. See, it's too bad that somebody wouldn't just stumble onto the show at this particular moment, because it would have
Right.
been great if they would.
So let's just say that most of these, almost all of these, are written by men. Hard to
Okay.
believe. I know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is from Scoundrels, The Hunt for Hands Clap by Major Victor Cornwall and Major Arthur St. John Trevelyan.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Mm.
Quote, empty my tanks, I begged breathlessly,
Mm.
as once more she began drawing me deep inside her pleasure cave. Her vaginal ratchet
Whoa.
moved in concertina-like waves, slowly chugging my organ as a boa constrictor swallows its prey.
Oh my God.
Soon I was locked in, balls deep,
Oh.
ready to be ground down by the enameled peppermill within her.
Enamel peppermill?
Yes.
Oh my God. Within her.
Within her.
Hold on. Is he getting a blowjob or fucking her? We're talking about enamel.
No,
now.
her vaginal ratchet.
Oh.
Yeah, her vaginal ratchet
So
moved
she has
in
teeth inside there.
concertina-like waves.
She has
Maybe.
teeth. She's got teeth in there. Be careful.
Chugging my organ.
Oh.
All right, let's how about Katerina
Well,
by
at least
James
he emptied
Frank.
his tanks. I'm going to start
Yeah.
using that one.
Empty my tanks.
You get your tanks emptied last night? Fucking hey, bro. I did.
All right. Katerina by James Frey.
Okay.
I'm hardened deep inside her, fucking her on the bathroom sink. Her
Ooh.
tight little black dress still on her thong on the floor, my pants at her knees, our eyes locked, our hearts and souls and bodies locked. Come
You hold
inside
on.
me.
You just threw out like 16 different clothing items in a sentence that made no sense.
I know. That is one sentence.
You know, dress, thong, shirt, jeans.
That is one sentence with one comma.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So this
Come
is
in-
not just bad metaphors.
Oh, it's
This
bad
is
all the
poor,
way
This is
around.
all poor
Yeah.
writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Come inside me. Come inside me. Come inside
You
me.
know, by the way, do you know what you're setting yourself up for? You know I edit your shit together.
Of course.
This is going to end badly for you.
This is good. Blinding, breathless, shaking, overwhelming, exploding white God, I come inside her, my cock throbbing, we're both moaning, eyes, hearts, souls, bodies, one. That's all one sentence again with no punctuation.
Right, because it's not like something white and then he's exclaiming God. It sounds like
Right.
white God.
Oh, here we go. One, period, white, period, God.
One
period.
white God. Oh my God.
Come. Close my eyes, let out my breath. Come.
Is this what the evangelicals do? One white God. Oh!
I don't know.
Sorry.
Okay, we don't have to go through a ton of these,
Okay.
but I do want to go.
By all means, this is all great material for what I'm going to create later.
I would imagine, but I do want to go. I do want to go through a couple more.
Okay.
Let's see. My ejaculation was violent and repeated. Again and again, semen poured from me, overflowing her vagina, turning the sheets sticky.
Whoa. Overflowing her
Yeah.
vagina?
Yeah. There was nothing I could do to make it stop. If I continued, I worried I would be completely emptied out.
The dam is broken.
Yuzu slept deeply through it all without making a sound, her breathing even. Her sex, though, had contracted around mine and would not let go.
Oh,
as if it had an unshakable will of its own and was determined to wring every last drop from my body.
Oh, my God. Well, it sounds like you're not going to run out. This guy's like he's overfilled her vagina.
He has.
It's like pouring out. This is disgusting.
All right, one more?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Oh, my God. She shuffles her head closer to his cock. Close enough to smell her own residue. Oh, my God.
Wow.
And then takes it in her mouth with the vague idea of cleaning it.
The vague idea.
Yeah, Jeff mirrors.
What should I do with this?
Jeff mirrors this gesture by burying his head between her legs, and gradually she can feel his cock pumping up with blood, one pulse at a time, until it's long and hard and filling her wide open mouth.
For a second, I thought you were talking about a specific guy because it sounded like you said Jeff Mears.
Nice. They stay, not to be confused with Rick Mears. They stay in this position for a long time, and a sucking and slurping the same lazy persistence you'd use on a gobstopper or a stick of rock. I don't know what a stick of rock is.
What's a stick of rock?
Eventually, she loses her sense of the context altogether of what she is doing or who she is with or where they are, and becomes an empty vessel for what feels like disembodied consciousness.
Oh, my God.
She looks at the window and wonders how the glass feels encased within its wooden frame, what the shaggy cloud feels like being blown across the sky, and what the walls felt like being splattered and smeared with wet paint.
Okay. That last one, I'm sorry, but that sounds like she's in a bad place and is trying to put her mind somewhere else. That's not good.
No. Well, then she wants to know what it feels like being splattered by wet paint. I'm a little confused. Look, some of these are masterpieces, obviously.
They are.
But some of them are a little confusing as well.
Could you imagine using these lines as a pickup?
Well, first of all, it's so funny because what is wrong with guys?
Because they don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it. I don't know if they've ever seen a vagina, let alone their own ding-ding.
Do you mean a vagina or a vaginal ratchet?
Vaginal ratchet. I mean, and then it's obviously like, I mean, do they think that just gallons comes out of their pee-pee holes?
Clearly they must. Have they ever donated sperm or had their sperm checked?
It's just, oh my God.
Usually not quite that much.
Cracks me up. And you know the saying, it's not the
like
size of
hose.
It's not the size of the ship or the motion of the ocean. It's who can get you to port. And
right.
it's like some of these. It's like,
oh, you should write this shit.
I would enjoy it. I don't know if I could do it this bad. I would never come up with the vagina ratchet or the vaginal ratchet.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that and the overflowing was just
that's
just
one
absurd.
White God.
The one white God. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
So people freak me out. Listen, I think these people need some advice. Here's the thing. If you are in a relationship, and you're in a relationship where like maybe you don't have as much sex as you want and you argue all the time with your spouse and it's not good, you're terrible at picking partners and you should probably try again. But if you're in a relationship that's positive and maybe you're not having as much sex as you want, which happens, here's the thing, people, especially you guys out there, communication. Talk, sex. If you're going to talk like, hey, partner, well, I was thinking maybe Sunday we could go down and try that new Indian restaurant. Mm-hmm. You should have those conversations about sex with your partner. Like, hey, what I was thinking maybe next Saturday afternoon after we're done, we can have like a little throwdown session. You up for it? Cool. Not that you have to plan sex all the time, but communicate. Maybe when you met your partner was like, I am never, ever licking whipped cream off your nipples. Never going to happen. Mm-hmm. And then get a little older, been together a while, and then all of a sudden
You
your
know
partner's
what?
like,
Maybe I
maybe it's
will.
not that bad.
Yeah.
So you have to communicate that. Just don't go buy 6 cases of whipped cream. Like say, hey, I know we talked about this before, but I think I'd be interested in trying it. What do you think? Have a conversation, people. Don't get your vaginal ratchet all up in a bunch and then expect to be buried by gobs of white cum. All right? It's just not how it's going to work.
What was it? The lazy what? The lazy something of sucking on a gobstopper? What was it?
Oh, yes. Let's see.
All those people lazily sucking on a
One
gobstopper.
here I just saw about somebody's strong nose. Okay, whatever. Where was the gobstopper? Yes. The same lazy persistence you use on a gobstocker or a stick of rock.
Yeah, I don't know what a stick of rock means. Is that a drug term?
I like how she loses her sense of context altogether. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
I don't either.
So I want to thank Super Ninja for that.
Yeah, thank you.
I also want to know what Super Ninja's doing at work.
How did you stumble onto this?
Yeah. Oh,
We're
crazy
always
authors.
welcoming these stories, though, so please keep sending them. I can't wait to slice and dice that together and make you sound wonderful. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like, with me is Neil. Hi, Neil. And it's going to be you going, make me come. What? Whoa.
Oh, you should have had me read more of that.
There's enough there for a lot.
Oh, that
I
is
just have to
too
take
good.
some notes there, cut out
That's
some of
too
that.
Good.
Oh, man. Speaking of bad sex awards.
See, wouldn't this have been great at the funeral?
Oh, God. Would anybody like me to talk about vaginal ratchets? No? Okay.
Have one of like the your lady friends, like older family members, if there's like a grandparent or great grandparent, say, "Oh, lady friend's husband has this cute little thing he does with his little friend. We should all listen to it."
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of segment is exactly why I don't recommend this show to anybody. I've told you that, right? Lady, we'll be out somewhere. A lady friend will say like, "Oh yeah, he's got a podcast." I'm like, "No." And she's like, "And it's called." I'm like, "No." And then they go, "Oh, well, where is it? How do I find it?" I'm like, "You can't find it. It's not. We don't have it anywhere. It's not. We just record it and keep it on our computers."
Yeah. It's
Speaking of bad sex awards, remember that Dutch guy? That
I do.
wanted to change his age to 20 years
Yes.
younger so he could fucking get more action on Tinder.
I think his name was Tank McPhillips.
He probably writes some of that stuff, or he
probably
reads
does.
it anyway. Well, I've got bad news,
Oh shit!
or maybe good news, depending on whose side you're on.
Right.
This is from Gizmodo, but it has quotes from The Guardian. Keep
Okay.
getting The Guardian in there. Emil Rattleband is the guy's name.
That's right.
Great name. It sounds like a fake name. Finally had his day in court. At a hearing on Monday, a court in Arnhem agreed with Rattleband that age is a part of a person's identity, but not a part that can be legally changed
Right.
because of the numerous complications that would ensue. Quote, Mr. Rattleband is at liberty to feel 20 years younger than his real age
Right.
and to act accordingly. But amending his date of birth would have a variety of undesirable legal and societal implications. If his arguments were true, one could make themselves 20 years older, scuttling age requirements for things like the right to marry, the opportunity to drink, and to drive a car, which is a very good point. That's a slippery slope, as they say.
It is.
Speaking of slippery slope,
Speaking
as I
of
unzip my pants.
Yes. So it's interesting you bring this up because I was driving home from work today, listening to The World with Marco. I forget his name. Marco somebody. Marco W. Marco
Polo.
Wonderman.
Marco Polo.
Marco Werman. I don't know. And he had this gentleman on as a quick interview.
Does he sound as douchey as he reads? As this
No.
reads in an
So it
article?
was interesting. He actually sounds much younger than 69 years old.
Oh, see?
Yeah. A lot of energy. And he said he went to the doctor and, what we talked about last time. He felt younger, blah, 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 wanted to change his age, said he's willing to give up his pension.
Especially with that face, he'd be in a luxurious position.
That's right. And Marco said, so does this have anything to do with dating? And he said, no, nothing at all. He said, nothing at all. This guy came and interviewed me, and the interviewer said, oh my gosh, because I feel like I'm young. He goes, I feel like I'm younger because the problem I have is I use Tinder and I get all these old ladies, and I don't want old ladies. I want younger ladies. So I should change my age so I can get younger ladies. And then the interviewer made it sound like the interviewee, whatever this guy's name, Emil, what is his name?
Emil Rattleband.
Rattle made it sound like Rattleband said it. Rattleband's like, he was hilarious. He's like, I don't know Tinder. I don't need Tinder. Women want to be with me because I'm me. I'm a good looking guy.
Oh, boy.
It was hilarious. But he has this accent, but he sounded actually really, really nice. And Marco was saying, it's how you feel. You can't really, that's not science. And he goes, no, I know. He goes, and Marco says, are you disappointed in the judge's ruling? And he goes, no, because now in the appeals, we know exactly what to fight. And he goes, and so I have my doctors working, I have my lawyers working on it. And he goes, I think in the end we'll end up winning.
Or he already did because he got all this press, and now there's that many more women who know him, and so he's got more options.
That not only that, but the thing that's crazy to me is like, you're going to give up your pension. He goes, I give up my pension, keep working and keep paying into my pension, and then take it in 20 years when I retire then. And I was like, whoa.
At 89?
I guess so.
Oh man,
Rattleband has got it made.
So the truth is probably somewhere in the middle.
Right.
He's probably presenting himself as being more innocent, and the interviewer, the guy or the gal, jumping to some conclusions there, putting words in his mouth.
Right.
And I think it's probably somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And they probably made it sound worse than it was, but he probably said more than he said.
I'm still not 100% sure what he's after. Even if it was just to get the ladies, he could just say he's younger than he is. I guess if they go, no, because you look older than dirt, he could whip out his license, but then get a fake ID.
You could get a fake ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking Rattleband.
It's like the opposite of what's his face in Breakfast Club. Why do you have a fake ID? So I could vote.
So I could vote. That's right. Maybe this is just like you said, him kind of getting publicity and for his business, because I know he is like a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And does all this. Yeah,
he gets hired by these people to come in and give speeches. This just upped his fucking exposure.
Yeah, I would almost think it would work in his favor to be older and look and act much younger. Go, see, follow my method. You're going to look amazing, as opposed to the other ways and go, this guy's 49. He looks like he's dead.
Yeah, right. Well, that's true. I think
he looks worse than the one-eyed poodle.
All of this. Oh, you had to bring it back, didn't you?
I did. Always comes back.
All of this just feeds into what he wants. He wants more action.
He needs a ratcheting vagina.
He does. He's after ratcheting vaginas, and it's her vagina ratchets, and he just wants to. This is the path to that.
Ratchet.
Yeah,
I like that. So I'm sorry. That's my next tattoo.
Well, I'm happy for Emil that he's doing well and that he's okay with this, or he thinks he's still going to win. Stop battling it. Your job's done.
Oh no, he's. Hey, look, I only heard one interview. He's got at least 3 more in him.
Oh man,
he's going to end up paying like $60,000 per interview.
Well, I have a product that he might be interested in, since he was having trouble on Tinder, although he says he's not, but that's bullshit.
Well, he's not even on Tinder.
Yeah, liar. Fucking liar. Fake news.
I wouldn't be too surprised if a 69-year-old guy didn't exactly know how Tinder worked.
His quotes were like straight up about Tinder. So if this interviewer jumped to conclusions, they literally wrote out sentences with.
He said they made up that whole part. Yeah.
I don't know, Emil.
Yeah.
I think you might be lying, sir. But thanks to Mike Laybourne, who sent us this link, Emil might have a product that would help him out when he's on the road traveling, doing his speaking tours, perhaps.
Is it a portable ratcheting vagina?
Close.
Uh-huh.
Very, very close. New technology is forever being introduced to the world, usually with the intention of enhancing the quality of our lives. So obviously, the next thing to get the go-ahead is the world's first oral sex robot. Oh, shit, son.
Oh, yeah. I know what I'm bringing next year to the Ducks game.
Think about it. I was thinking about doing this for my white elephant gift next year at the company.
You were going to say for my wife.
My wife. Why did you give me this?
Yeah.
The campaign to bring Viekis, I guess is the company, Auto Blow AI. That's what it's called. Auto Blow. Reminds me of colon blow. Into being has been incredibly successful, almost raising $250,000, which is 500% more than the company's target.
Wow.
The machine is the world's first oral sex simulator that is capable of using AI to teach itself to improve its performance.
AI. Oh.
The AI is going to teach itself. It's learning to do better next time. That sounds titillating.
It sounds
and dangerous.
Amazing. Should we just stop now and order one, and we'll just finish the recording after they arrive?
We could. So we spent the last 3 years listening to feedback from our 200,000 Auto Blow 2 owners, he says. And I had to read that last sentence several times because Are you an Auto Blow 2 owner? Yeah. That's like a group on Facebook.
Dude, I'm still on. I got the first Auto Blow, which is kind of cool. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it.
You got to keep the original.
I definitely think it'll become a classic. But,
oh yeah, like a record player.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm going to probably wait for the Auto Blow 3.
Yeah, I got the Auto Blow on vinyl. So
yeah.
And in response, built a new machine that mechanically better replicates the gliding and friction combination of the mouth and hand that men experience during oral sex, explained the device's inventor, Brian Sloan, a former lawyer.
Wow.
For whatever that means. He also claimed the device was, quote,
how would you like to work with this guy in the law office? And he's like, hey,
I gotta show you something.
Ted, I got an idea.
Stick your dick in this.
Yeah. Ted, you like blowjobs? Yeah. You want to
Who
get
doesn't,
one whenever
right?
you can. Yeah. And now Ted's backing up. He's like, dude, I'm all good with the gay thing. It's just not exactly. No. That's not it. Ted, listen.
You like blowjobs? Well, let me show you this. Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah. I'm thinking you want to invest in my company? I think I'm going to make a little device you just carry around. It'll give you a really good blowjob.
Everybody doubted him, and look at him, so successful now.
Yeah.
200,000 Auto Blow 2 owners. That's the Auto Blow 2. Who knows how well the Auto Blow 1 did?
Right.
So he also claimed the device was more human than any competitors on the market, including its own predecessor, a non-AI sex toy called the Auto Blow 2. By using AI to, for the first time, understand the mechanics of blowjobs, we discovered and replicated techniques that make using our machine feel less robotic and more human. Yeah.
Ooh.
You can close your eyes all you want. You still know there's a machine attached to your ding dong.
Well, you're holding it, so I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so. It's hard to completely block that out. So they analyzed 8,000 minutes of blowjob videos to detect the 16 most common techniques. Now, I do not have the list of the 16 most common techniques, but that's something to look into.
8,000 videos?
8,000. And they show a picture of a dude in this video looking at a laptop, just not looking humored at all.
Right.
And he's like, there's like code that they're trying to throw in there, and he's watching like this woman blow a gun.
Ted, what are you doing on Friday? I need some help for research for the I'm just calling it the AB2 now.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'll help you out. Cool. I need you to come
You're
to
good
my
with
house.
code, right?
Yeah, I need you to come to my house and watch a bunch of blowjob videos and tell me what you see happen every time. Oh, that's easy, dude. The guy freaking jizzes all over the place. Oh, no. The technique.
No, it's not about the end result.
And look, I want this to be good, so we're also going to be looking at gay blowjobs too.
Right.
So it's going to be dudes on dudes, dudes on girls, girls on dudes.
Don't worry. I got like 10 of us who are going to be in the same room doing this.
This is just research.
You're only responsible for 800 minutes yourself.
Yes.
But you got to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it'll be good.
And really take a keen eye to that and really try to pick up the techniques.
Find out the technique, big time technique.
I wish they were all named, and I hope they are. They might be. They probably are.
Yeah.
They claim that the gripper,
Whoa, okay,
feels like a mouth.
Oh,
did you click on the link I had
did.
in there? Okay,
I did.
so
I had
you
to not look at it because that was freaky. I don't want it to look like half of a woman's face.
So I don't think that's really this. That's just like
Okay.
a doctored up image because there's an image where it shows part of a woman's face and she's got like lipstick on, which I was like, oh, can you put like fresh lipstick on there and really create the effect?
Yeah.
But I think it's just the actual little mouth piece and it looks like, skin. So it's not the full face with the teeth and all that. The actual Auto Blow AI is very highly technical, containing intelligence similar to that found in a smartphone. It comes fully equipped with a flesh-like sleeve and a 5-inch long stroking plane. The stroking plane that is manipulated by infrared sensors. By the way, it has a few interchangeable sleeves that are made from artificial skin material shaped like a mouth.
See?
So you can swap a few different ones in there. One's an O face.
Oh, go Ducks. Oh, Mom. Oh, Dad. Oh, face.
Along with the more human aspects, it also features 10 different modes to enjoy. So there's 9 modes plus like another mode that's you don't know what it's going to be. Changes every time.
Random mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it could be angry. It could be angry mode. Yeah.
It could be the you fucked up mode. I'm going to take a bite of your crank.
Yeah.
Sorry. Roll the dice.
Could be the you're not going to be able to do this for 3 weeks mode.
If it sounds pretty appealing, bear in mind that a device like this does not come cheap. Expected to set you back $250. Still much cheaper than buying a sex doll, however.
Yeah. And I mean, if it works well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just the goal is to get off, not have a relationship
Yeah.
with it. So.
AB2, as long as it be cleaned well, because I'm very worried about the cleaning.
Soap and water. That's what they say. You just take that sleeve out, that gripper, and soap and water is all you need, apparently. But it sounds like that wouldn't work. You know, there's going to be like that. It's like that water, that rubbery water sound. It's going to be a lot of that going on.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there like
Sure.
a little bit of like weirdness? Like you just got done, you're like, and then you immediately you don't want to wait. So you got to wash it out quickly. So now you're at the sink.
Yeah, that's too much.
I mean, are you happy? I mean, or is that? I mean, like
It's too much cleanup.
Not like you go like take the thing out to dinner and like, oh, let's get a quick bite and then clean it up.
Right. Oh, you already had a bite. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Boy.
No, I agree though. I think you wouldn't want to clean that thing up right away, but then you don't want to leave it.
No.
You know that somebody's left it for days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gross.
They
Anyway.
need like a like it comes in a case, and when you're done, you put it in there, almost like one of those electronic jewelry.
Fling it across the room into the dishwasher. You just land it right on one of those spokes. Done.
It's just on the pile of dirty dishes in the sink.
Or somebody comes over and is like, "Oh, you don't have any dishes. Let me help you unload the dishwasher." No.
No.
That's fine.
No.
What is that?
AB2's in
Nothing.
there. Yeah.
Nothing is that is nothing.
Like one of those ultrasonic jewelry cleaners, like where you just shove the whole thing in there, press a
Yeah.
button, it cleans itself, and it's ready to go next time.
Maybe that's a new product they need to create.
I'm gonna make that. I'm also gonna make.
I'm gonna make that.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make the gripper, which is different than this gripper, but you just put it on your brothers. So if you really like some like tight ball play while you're doing whatever, it like squeezes the crap out of them.
Oh, there you go. See,
Annalise just gave me a weird look.
Well, I can imagine that's what happens every week when she walks in the room, hears 9
She only
seconds
hears
of
one side of the
conversation.
conversation too.
Well,
so
that
she-
and also it's just whatever we're talking about typically is not that appropriate.
right.
If that, so it says if the price doesn't put you off, this next bit might. For the AutoBlow AI to work, it needs to be plugged into a socket. No batteries.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Just put that into perspective for a moment, guys. You're putting your favorite toy into a device that connects to the main source of electricity.
That's true.
I mean, what if you get that motherfucker caught? Power shuts down and it's clamped on your Johnson. And you got to walk into a doctor's office with that entire unit strapped to you with a cord dragging behind you.
better than like the sex doll being attached to you, and you're like,
That's true. Good point. That's where you need a house call.
At least this you could wrap a box around it. Do the old dick in the box.
Dick in the
and it just
box.
look like you're walking around with a gift.
Yeah, what is that guy doing? So I guess don't use it during a lightning storm either. That could be deadly.
Yeah, or amazing.
Amazing. Although Viecki has reached its target 5 times over, the company doesn't expect deliveries to arrive until May 2019. So
Well, that's not bad.
probably not best to get your hopes up for the Christmas season for the AutoBlow AI, unfortunately. But there is still the AutoBlow 2 if you can't wait, which we mentioned earlier. And it doesn't have the AI factor, and it doesn't maybe work quite as well. It has less. It's 50%. The new one's 50% quieter than the AB2.
Oh, yeah.
It also is 3 times stronger. So you're going to have a little
Jesus.
less suck power on the AutoBlow 2.
Yeah.
And it's going to be sound like a leaf blower. But
Right.
going to get the job done.
Yeah. Pretty much you're attaching yourself to one of those Bissell pet spot cleaners.
Right, exactly. There are heaps of reviews that I saw on this site when
Yelp?
I clicked through. They're not Yelp reviews. They're
Oh,
just
damn
reviews
it.
on their site. Although I'm sure there are Yelp reviews. And it includes comments from people such as Thundercock.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. I miss-
Bob Dabalina, which is a nice Del the Funky Homo Sapien reference. Dildo Faggins. Come on.
Oh.
Come on. You're better than that. Chris Meyer. Whoa.
What?
Harry Peters.
Okay.
Wrist pain, and your mom. Those are all reviews.
Your mom. This thing works amazing. 5 stars. Your mom.
Your mom. That's basically what it said. Do you think they'll find a way to merge this with the real dolls at some point? I guess
I
that
think the technology will all this stuff
will come together. Will
Yeah.
come together.
Teldo Tildonics. Dildo Teldonic. I can't
Dildo
even say the word.
Teldonics.
Yeah.
Teledildonics.
Yes, thank you.
Come on.
AB2. the real life skin, the dead eyes. It's all going to come together.
And you'll just be able to pull the gripper right out of her mouth, like you're just removing her fucking, esophagus.
Yeah.
Clean it and then stick it back in there.
And I'm going to make like a coffin size ultrasonic cleaner that you just throw her in. Freaking press a button, you come back, you just dry her off a little bit,
All
and she's
cleaned
ready
up.
to go. Yeah.
Good idea.
In fact, it'll be a 2-chamber cleaner. So first the wet ultrasonic, she gets all de-jizzed,
Sure.
and then drops down into like a air fluff type dryer system, and it dries out her.
Well, the last
or
thing
his.
you want is that smell when
Yep.
when stump has been dried out all the way. That kind of mildewy smell.
Right.
You don't want
or
that.
Or you don't want the antiseptic.
No.
Tattoo porn tattoo stripper place smell either.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. Autoblow AI coming in May. Speaking of holiday shopping.
Yeah.
So most years we do some sort of little holiday gift guide segment as we get closer to Christmas. By the way, yesterday was the start of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, Neil.
Thank you.
For your
I was
people.
speaking of about that at work today. I should be paid and to not be there because I need to celebrate Hanukkah and eat fried foods.
That's true. That's a good point.
Mhm.
So there's 3 products I was going to share. One
right.
is
One was not the Teldo. Oh my god, the
The
AB2i.
the
Yeah.
Autoblow AI. No, that was just something that was sent. But that could certainly be. It's not available.
Oh, I
So
got
it would
you.
have
Right.
to be the
Good point.
Autoblow
Good point.
2, which you
Right.
can still do. So
Well,
that
we
could,
don't know.
that could
We're
be
not gonna
included
waste
on
our
the
t-
gift guide.
Yeah.
Autoblow 2. First one is the selfie drone. Because you like selfies, right?
I'm a big fan. Huge.
I mean, who doesn't like fucking selfies? Everybody likes to take selfies, and you
Right.
got to deal with that goddamn selfie stick. I'm sure you've got several of
I got
those.
3 of those. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say something when we were in Oregon together, and all it was selfies and selfie sticks.
It was
You can
so-
tell
it
by
was
how many
embarrassing.
pictures I took that I'm a big time picture taker.
Yes, we took a ton of pictures there.
Yeah.
Recorded so much, it's almost like it didn't happen.
Almost. We all went. Oh, there's one shot of the hotel room. Oh, okay. I actually did take a video of the hotel room to send to Annalise.
Where was I?
I think you
In
went
the
back to
shower?
your car.
Or was I asleep?
You may have been asleep.
Don't mind that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so these selfie drones are pretty crazy. A good one costs like between $250 to $300,
Okay.
such as the Wingsland Pocket Drone or the Air Selfie Drone. But there's also a cheapo version called the Flyington Selfie Drone
Oh boy.
for $70. Do you like this idea? You know how I feel about drones, and this
So-
might be the only time I think maybe a drone might provide some value. But again, it's just going to lead to more fucking flying objects, and so in the
So
end,
is
I
this
don't
thing
want
like you program it to fly like 4 feet in front of your face and just
Yeah,
take
you-
pictures of you?
I think you got a little control on your phone or something that allows
Okay.
you. I think it's on your phone that allows you to kind of move it around so you can back it up. So like if you're standing up, I mean, if you're on vacation and you're in a tall, like building in fucking Italy. Oh, here I go again.
Oh Jesus.
Here I go
We
again.
get it, rich guy.
Eating your gelato.
Yeah. Uh huh.
And you
Frickin'
want to back that,
Globetrotter.
you want to back that thing out and get like a shot with you
Right.
and your crew at the top. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that makes more sense to me because it's a difficult thing to do, and the selfie stick only goes so far. And frankly, you look like kind of an idiot for carrying one.
Right.
So the drone might work better there.
I'm hoping everybody gets one, and there's just drone fights, and then people just
That's
start
what's
beating the
gonna
crap
happen.
out of each other.
See?
No, I
That's
don't
the
like
problem.
this. This is lame. Come on.
I think so too, but I just was saying it was. I took pause for a moment to say I could see the value in it,
Right.
but the problem is the proliferation of
Sure.
these drones because they would just be everywhere.
Yeah.
No good. Okay.
Freaking, trying to do some snowboarding, and all of a sudden drones are chasing everybody.
Well, that's probably coming. You've been trying to get into better shape, going to the gym, right? Fucking
Mhm.
putting up.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you bench? I'm just kidding.
What do you bench? You like beer?
You like beer? I was
Me
gonna
and
say,
Squee, we're freaking getting after it.
You're so do you have trouble with motivation? Do you need like someone yelling in your ear?
Not really.
You ever use a personal trainer?
I got one of the gyms. I got like 3 free personal training sessions, and I did take advantage of that.
How did you enjoy that?
It was pretty good because he was really good at it, and he wasn't like a scream in your ear. He was like, "Let's set up a plan, and this is what's good, and blah 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 blah." And it was
See,
good.
that seems nice. That seems nice. I had one when I signed up for a gym once. His name was Austin,
Okay.
and he was a little rough.
He was a little intense.
He was a little intense, and
Yeah.
he was like, and to the point where we did a couple sessions because it was me and my buddy who joined together,
Oh, nice.
and we went and did sessions with him in the morning. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he would see us later at the gym, and be like, "Hey guys, like, when are you gonna sign up for the program?" We're like, "Oh, I don't think we're quite ready for it yet." He's like, "You'll never be ready for me."
Oh, what a
Yeah.
jerkwad.
Like
Yeah,
trying to
no.
fucking test our manhood.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is a new app called the Aptiv Trainer app, AAPTIV.
Okay.
It's an audio only workout pre-recorded by dozens of trainers, no video aspect.
Okay.
You're just listening to this shit in your ear, and they're telling you, they're sitting there like motivating you, telling you what to do.
Yeah.
But you
Time
have,
to
you
move
have
to
no
the
visuals.
bench.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Come on,
All
keep those
right,
legs
3
straight.
sets
Keep
of-
those legs
yeah,
straight.
3 sets
Yep.
of 10.
Elbows in. Yeah, it's a lot of
Right.
that stuff. So the cost is $14.99 a month or $100 a year.
Oh,
They have
geez.
200,000 users.
I can see that.
Same number as the Auto Blow 2.
Right. The AB2. Sure.
Just
Sure.
realized that.
Hey, you got to work everything out.
It's the same exact clientele. But do you think this would help you in any way, shape, or form to have somebody in your ear yelling at you the whole time, audio only?
I don't know if it yelling necessarily, but if you can like
They're motivated. They're not yelling.
right.
They're motivated.
If you can put a like a strength training program together, like if you're like, okay, I want to do, buys and tries on this day, and I want to do, back and neck on this day, and I want to do legs on this day, and they kind of let you put it together that way. Yeah, it would be cool because if you don't know a ton, or maybe you get easily distracted at the gym. This way, you're like, okay, cool. I just listened to it, and it's like, okay, go do your curls now. Great. Okay, go do tricep extensions now. Cool. Now go back and do, hammer curls. Okay, great. Now go do some push-ups. It's kind of nice, so you don't have to remember all that stuff on your own.
It would be great if it was like that, though. Hey, dum-dum, stop staring off into
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
back to work.
And it's tied into your Fitbit, so it knows exactly if you're doing it or not. So all of a sudden, it's like, hey, idiot.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what, you can?
Yeah. So I can see that helping. However, $100 a year is a little steep, I think.
That's
This
a bit
isn't the
pricey.
freaking Peloton bike. You know what I'm saying?
True, and I think the other, another concern, of course, being, I mean, the point of the no video, the guy I was saying is, you're usually working out. You're not looking at it. You don't want to look at a screen the whole time.
Mhm.
You're moving around. You're looking at different places. So it makes sense to have it audio. But the big concern, of course, is technique. A lot of times when you're
Right.
doing videos, workout videos, you need to see the proper technique so you don't hurt yourself.
Correct.
But they did say you can look at that stuff before and after. So this is just to keep you on track throughout. I mean, I could see it where if you know the technique of all the exercises you're doing, you just need to be reminded of what the order is and all that. That
Right.
makes sense, I guess.
I don't think this is good for
But too much money.
Yeah, it's a little too much money. And it's kind of weird. Like, are you always hitting pause? Because if it's like, okay, it's time to do bicep curls, well, you got to, not gyms aren't all built the same. So you got to walk over there.
You're
And
jamming
then
on your thing. Stop!
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, do 10. And let's say you're doing them a little slower.
Yeah.
Or maybe even faster because maybe you're starting with a lighter weight or something. And all of a sudden you're just standing there like, okay, just wait.
Yeah.
Or you're like on 6 and it's like, all right, go do
Yeah.
your tricep extensions. And you're like, no. So now I got to put the weights down. And
Right.
Or am I
Only
yelling,
a sissy
Siri,
wouldn't be done already.
Siri, pause,
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think the cost is just too much. I mean, he also mentions it for running. What are you doing there? You got this.
I have
Big hill coming up.
I have done the Nike running. Like if you put in, like I was going to run a 5K
Uh-huh.
and then it does like, and you put in your, what you want your pace to be.
Uh-huh.
And then
Oh,
it
it tells you
does
if you're
like,
slow
yeah,
or
and it'll
fast,
say
yeah.
like, remember to keep your shoulders down. Remember to keep your jaw loose, breathe, stand up straight, head up. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit,
Check out
you hit
that
the-
guy over there.
you
Check out
hit
that
the
girl
1K
over there.
mark. Yeah. Oh boy, you're running slower than your pace. Or sometimes it'll even say like, slow down. You're blowing past your pace, which
You know what's always
I
amazing
only said
to
that
me?
once because I was sprinting. I wanted to see if it would tell me to slow down. No, I just
What always
shut it
amazes me is lady friend did a marathon years ago, and I went and watched.
I was on a Segway chasing her down the whole way, eating my 4-star
Chip.
4-star what is it, soft serve.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, they have people that run in 15-minute increments as pace people
Yeah.
with like a sign held up.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing to me that
Yeah.
they can just pace themselves that well. That's like superhero shit. I don't understand how they do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, one more item:
Okay.
the golf urinal.
The golf urinal.
Yes, this was sent to us by Agent Palmer. Thank you. It's a bit of a gag.
He is
gift,
into
of course.
pee.
He loves pee. Guy loves. pee.
Agent P.
Always talking about the pee.
He's always P.
It's a gag gift of sorts, of course, but I think it warrants our attention. So we spoke this past fall on a number of episodes about the Tinkerbell and
Which,
how those
people should be getting shortly.
and how it's a device that helps women pee standing up. And so here's one more to help out guys because we don't have enough advantages.
Right.
Although I guess you could use the Tinkerbell in concert with this as well.
With your ratcheting vagina.
With your ratcheting vagina, strap the Tinkerbell to your ratcheting vagina and pee into the golf urinal.
Do it.
What? That sounds like good prose right there. She jammed her Tinkerbell into the golf urinal. Exploded all over it.
Oh my God.
Urine all over her hands. Anyway, the Euro Club Portal Urinal. I think that means I think it's supposed to be portable. Anyway, this is shaped like a golf club.
Okay.
And has a towel attachment to cover up your privates.
Sure.
So this thing, using it. Yes, exactly. So you can cover yourself up with a towel. You can pee, and you pee into this thing. It's got like a
so it looks like you're just holding a golf club. Yeah.
Looks like you're holding a golf club. It's got this tube that holds it. It's got the tube holds twice the standard regular piss volume, so you shouldn't have any overflow issues. And it has a leak-proof cap, so you can close it up.
Put it in
fucking throw it back in the cart and go on about your business. When I first saw this, my first thought was that you would be peeing and it would just be releasing it out the end of the club.
That's pretty good. I almost like that better. So you just use it over it all day long.
Once I realized that it holds it, I was like, oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Because if you're just standing there like peeing, that's not going to be good.
So then you take it, and then you like have to dump it out and clean. See, there's more cleaning involved.
There's a lot more cleaning, and that's the problem. It just conceals what you're trying to do, which frankly, you're on a golf course as a guy, you could find a tree. I think it's a little bit. So the price is $29.97 on Amazon.
Not bad.
But I mean, maybe we could combine this with the auto blow. Ooh.
Oh, you can come and go at the same time.
Yeah, you can. Well, you can act like you're fucking with your wedge, and you're really getting a Hummer right on the side of the green, waiting to chip. What's Matt doing? Nothing, but he looks very happy.
What's that face? What is wrong with that guy?
Keeps your jizz right in there. For the guy who keeps blowing over, like
jizz right in there.
For the guy who keeps overflowing his lady's vagina.
Oh yeah, the guy who's afraid he's. Gonna
I don't know if this
out.
would be enough. I mean, because it's a tube, but I don't know if it's going to be big enough to handle him. He's going to need like one of those fat grips, like those fat grip putters.
Big Bertha or whatever the heck it was called.
That's all we have for holiday gifts.
That's good. Yeah,
we'll have more next week probably.
I mean, couldn't you also just take do the trucker bomb? Just take an empty water bottle with you and just tower over.
Sure,
your
but in golf, you're on a golf course. There are opportunities. Well, first of all, they do have bathrooms,
right? If
you're ever around one, but they also have trees and secluded areas everywhere, so you have a chance to go pee behind a tree. It's not that hard.
You can also take your little cart and go to like you said, the nearest bathroom.
You can, and I think that, I don't know, when you're on a golf course, any chance you get, you're just going to take. So you're not going to wait for a bathroom.
And I'm sure the longer, like if you're drinking while you're golfing, I'm sure by the fifth or sixth hole, you're like, at the point you don't care anymore. You're like, I'm just peeing anywhere.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't think you would ever find a good use for this.
Right.
Or it's that, or you're using it for different things. Like you're at like a Christmas tree lighting. Why does that guy have a golf club?
That's great. You're in the movie theater.
The movie theater would be fantastic. Yep. That is a thing that should happen. You don't even need the towel. It's dark in there.
No.
Just let her rip.
Freaking Pee Wee Herman, that thing. Oh, wait. Maybe we're talking about two things.
No, we're talking about two different things. Oh, I went to the movies. I went to the pictures last week.
Did you?
Saw Creed 2.
Yeah.
It was good. Saw Creed 2. It was a real humdinger.
Speaking of humdingers, you enjoyed it?
I thought it was good.
Good. Just a good story.
I won't get into all the, obviously it's there's a lot of Rocky IV action going on there because of the nature of the story. But, and I thought I think I said this on Twitter. The fight scenes in the first one were a little more gripping.
Yes.
Hey, gripper.
Whoa.
They were cooler, I thought, than the second one, but it was still good, and there was a lot more emotion, I thought, in this movie. Maybe not a lot more, but certainly more emotion in this movie than the last one. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was good. Michael B. Jordan's awesome.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson's awesome. Stallone was good. I mean, it was good.
Right. I heard is this or the next one going to be the last one with actually Rocky in it?
He says this one was the last one.
This one was, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and but I guess Michael B. Jordan's like, yeah, I think he's going to be in the next one.
Yeah.
And I believe Dolph Lundgren said the same thing. It's like I heard him say that many times. He's coming back.
Nice.
But he's putting out Rambo next.
I know.
Last Blood.
And he's like 154 years old.
He's getting way up there. Yeah. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be in his early 70s, yeah?
I would say.
He's got to be somewhere around there. Because, I mean, when he made Rocky, the first one, what was that? 76?
70,
I think you're right.
He's 72 years old.
72. Anyway, he was really good again.
But he feels like he's 52. He's going to change his age.
He should be 52. He should change his age.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry. That's my worst Rocky ever.
Yeah, I know. Is that like a drunk Rocky? Absolutely.
Hey, yo. Anyway, that's all we got this week, unless you have anything else.
No, I'm good. I'm all sexed up.
Thanks for listening, y'all. You can find us at reasonsareseveral.com. Go write a review, subscribe, tell a friend, just not anybody I know.
Right.
I don't want people I know listening to this show. Go check out Anil on his other podcast, is what these things are called, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, as well as the vlog on YouTube, Halos and Heathens.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the story about the 7-year-old kid who does toy reviews and is making $22 million a year. What the fuck? Where are you guys at?
I know. We're not doing good toy reviews. Yeah.
You need to bring in a 7-year-old.
I'm telling you.
I got one.
Yeah. You want it?
You want him? How much? I'll give you my 7-year-old for an Auto Blow 2 and
and that golf thingy.
that golf thing. Tweet at us at ReasonsAre and at AngelsFreak7. You can also email us reasonsarseveral@gmail.com. We'll be back next week. Bye, Neil.
Bye, Matador.